Hi there, just out with the dog at lunchtime, and I thought I'd just quickly tell you about importing any Zpacks stuff into the UK. You basically can't pick up any Zpacks stuff in the UK or in Europe or anything like that. There are no like outlets or retailers anywhere, so you have to order directly from Zpacks and get it over. Getting it into the UK, there's going to be fees involved with that. So what are they? If you're thinking about ordering something from the first time from Zpacks, how much is it actually going to cost you by the time you get it into the UK? So I've got my little form here from Parcel Force, and I'll also tell you about the ordering process. You look on the website for any particular product and it'll give you a lead time, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever. So I ordered an Arc Zip and some other bits and bobs. So the lead time on the Arc Zip was about 5 weeks. 4 weeks later I got an email from Zpacks saying that the items had been shipped, and there's a little button in the email and if you click on it, it takes you right into the United States Postal Service tracking webpage, right into your order. So I could see that it was moving through, and almost within a day or two it had processed through and had left the States. I've got some notes here. There's my work phone. When it left, it then took 2 days to arrive in the UK. When it landed in London, it took 2 days for it to arrive into customs. It then goes from the United States Postal Service to Parcel Force. Now if you take the tracking number from the United States Postal Service tracking website, copy that, go into Parcel Force's website and enter that into their tracking section, it'll bring up your tracking now for Parcel Force. The United States Postal Service still has all the details. That basically, the United States Postal Service website will track it all the way through to your door, but maybe just for some more specifics you can go onto Parcel Force's one. When you place your USPS tracking number into the Parcel Force website, if you look in the top left, you'll then see that there's a different tracking number for Parcel Force. If you take a hold of that, next time you go into the Parcel Force website, you can just put that in, and you'll need that if you're going to do what I'm going to tell you in a wee minute. If you watch it, you'll see it coming through. It took customs 1 day to process it, and then they shipped it to the delivery depot. When it arrived in the local delivery depot, I could see it in the tracking website. On the tracking information, it then tells you that it's held in customs, awaiting some fees that you need to pay. What would normally happen then is they send you a letter, but that letter takes a couple of days to come. If you've been tracking it, take the Parcel Force reference number and phone them up. Ask them how much it is you need to pay. Go down to the local delivery depot with 2 forms ID, your tracking number, and you can pay it there and then and get your parcel. You don't need to wait for the letter. You don't need to take the letter into them or anything like that. So basically you can get your parcel a wee bit early. There's customs duty and excise duty. You don't need to pay any of that. There's a line here for other. You don't need to pay any of that. There's import VAT, which you do need to pay, and that's 20%. And then there's a clearance fee, and it's generally between £10 and £12 that you need to pay. 20% plus £12, say. And that's how much it costs to get it here. That's 3 orders I've got, and I'm actually going to be placing one soon for one of their sleeping bags, because I think it's worth it. One time I'd bought a GoPro, and it was cheaper to buy it from the States. But then when I got it here, I had to pay the fees. I think this was one of my first ever orders, US orders, and it ended up just being the same price. So we pay that VAT anyway, and that's not Zpacks' fault. That's just living in the UK. You pay these taxes on everything, and that's just the way it is, so factor it into your purchase. I did see someone on YouTube once saying that they didn't have to pay any import VAT. I don't know how that can be the case. I think maybe there's like a cap. Now his order wasn't a small order, but you know, I think I've certainly got like patches or t-shirts, and sometimes I've not had to pay, so I don't know if it's like maybe £50 or over. You're then having to pay whatever. Just as a side note, the shipping you'll see in your order, but it's about $45, which isn't a lot for a tracked item from the States, and it's a really good service that they use. I've had stuff shipped from other companies with other couriers for the States, and the tracking information, it disappears into a hole. Just to sum it up, if you take your total order including shipping, put it into Google and convert it from US dollars to Great British pounds, take that sum, work out 20% of that, add it to the total, then add on £12, that's more or less what you're going to pay to get it here when it arrives. Don't wait for your little slip, track it through, chase it up, double check the fee that you're paying, just don't take it as gospel, work it out, you should know what it is beforehand. because they might actually make a little error in it. They made quite a large error in my first order with my duplex. I didn't track it all the way through. I thought it was like the Royal Mail here, where you have to wait for the little chit to come through to go and actually pick it up from the postal office. And I got the letter through and I opened it up, and almost my heart like almost jumped out of my chest. It said they were looking for £22,000. So I phoned them up and I was like, listen, I'm not, you know, come on now. And the guy was really good about it. They went away and worked out and got it, but that took like 10 days to sort out, maybe more. So if you don't actually chase it up when it comes into the country, you know, you might be waiting a week or so for it to actually go to the sorting office to get the letter to then go in to pay it. So I guess it depends. I'm sure the duplex was in customs for longer as well, just as standard rather than the 1 day turnaround time that I had with this order. Subscribe here if you want to see any of my Zpacks stuff in action. To see the duplex in action, check out some of my past trips here and here. If you want to see the unboxing of my latest order, my Zpacks Arc Zip, check out this video here. Thanks for watching, cheers.